What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel Connor on Chain. So I want to cover a very interesting Bitcoin DeFi project. Um, this one's called Alkimaya. So this is not out yet, or technically the product is out. You can use it, but there's no token out, is what I meant to say. But before I even cover this, though, I'm going to be starting to drop a ton of videos like I used to all the way back in late 2023, just gem after gem, project after project, because in the market, it is at that time again where it looks like we are at the lows, aka some of the lowest points in the market, in which, the risk to reward in buying pretty much anything in any narrative right now is unlike anything that we've seen again since late 2023. So, and I firmly believe we're going to go a lot higher over the next few months, whether it's 3 months from now, 6 months, we're 4 months out from the halving. We have a lot to look forward to over the next 6 months to a year in the space. So, anyways, like I said, I'm going to be dropping a ton of gems day after day after day, whether it's Bitcoin DeFi, RWA gaming, AI, meme coins as well. I'm just going to bang them out like I used to, because I haven't done that in a long time, mainly because of the risk to reward. But the time is now, so I will be dropping a ton of stuff every day. Let's get into it though. Alkimaya, very interesting project. So I don't even remember if I just talked about it, but what Alkimaya is a block space market infrastructure, and what that means is block space, aka something kind of like the mempool here, also known as transaction fees and stuff like that. So what Alkimaya is you can basically speculate, trade, or hedge based on the price of Bitcoin transaction fees, or rather based on the future price of transaction fees. It's actually a very cool concept. I don't know what it is, but I haven't been this gravitated towards a project in the Bitcoin DeFi sector in a long time. And again, there is no token out. I don't know if there will be a token out, but they do have a platform here. I'm gonna get into a little bit about it here. So I just want to show you a couple things, and then I'm gonna get into some data and stuff. So, like I said, Alkimaya, this is on Bitcoin block space. So this, and guys too, like for me, this is literally like looking at a new language. Like I'm not the most super in tune with, all the back end stuff and all these tiny minuscule details with Bitcoin. And I have been trying to learn a little bit more about it, but I'm still fairly confused looking at a lot of the stuff here. But what I do know is that the potential for this, based on use cases, and literally for hedging against certain things, I think is going to be very cool to see. So this is their platform. So like I said, you can connect your wallet here. And so when it comes down to actually, if you're actually going to place a trade or something on this platform, it has to do with, basically the sats per VB, which again, if you're going to the mempool, basically kind of relates to the transaction fees here. That's what this is. And again, you're going to be speculating based on whether like certain future events that are going on Bitcoin, absolutely spike transaction fees, or if let's say transaction fees are just high for a while and they're going to come down, you can actually trade that. And a good example though, and a reason why hedging could be important with it, is the fact that we have seen when runes actually launched, for at least a day, a couple days, we saw a few days prior gas fees, but Bitcoin fees were literally somewhere around here, maybe in between 5 to 20 on average, maybe 30. They spiked all the way to minimum 300, 500. I think at one point it was at like 1 or 2,000 sats per VB. And that you can literally kind of capitalize on that with future events. And we got Fractal Bitcoin coming up. That's a big reason why I'm bringing this up too, because I want to mess around with it and potentially heavily capitalize on the launch of Fractal Bitcoin. So again, I've not used this yet. I will be using this over the next few days. We'll be making an updated video as well. But again, I just like to, throw some projects out that, even if I just find it, I like to just throw stuff out and show everybody, just random projects that I think are very interesting and have a lot of potential. But so, there's, again, I wish I could, explain this super in depth today, but like I said, I'll probably make another more in depth video going a lot deeper into actually trading this and seeing what it does. But like I said, this one is just to get this on your radar. Some things I do like about it already, though. Again, this use case is insanely interesting to me. There's nothing like it in the market at all, at least that I know of. Their team's very active, and I think some of their team is doxed as well. I saw them on Twitter. They did I think a couple of them almost did like a live interview. Let me see if I can find it. Alkimaya. So, I kind of just saw one. Yeah, so right here. So shout out to Leo. So we got the founder of Alkimaya here. This is one of them. This is an interview with someone here. So it's super interesting. And he just kind of goes a little bit more in depth with, their vision and like what they got going on with it. But outside of that, this to me was just very cool, guys. Like I said, to be using something like this to eventually take advantage of, major events on Bitcoin. And again, especially during this bull run, if Bitcoin starts to get a lot more use, if ordinal season actually happens, which I believe it will 100%, if, like, let's say what I mean by that is like if NFT season hits on Bitcoin, like they did at some point in late 2023, maybe January, February, whatever that time was, we had Bitcoin fees that were obviously going up. They were pretty hefty at the time. Again, because just the network's getting a ton of use. Same thing when people were constantly trading BRC20s, and runes. Huge way to speculate on the future price of Bitcoin and its network. So that to me, this just seems like a very cool protocol. I've said that like 8 times. But some things that I want you guys to understand is, again, since this is so new and, jumping into such new territory, again, there's really not too much info to go to go off of, right? I don't know anyone who's ever traded anything like this, especially like actively traded. But there are some, they have a Dune account where you can look at their transaction fees, some of the stuff. And again, even looking at this, it is kind of confusing to me here. But it kind of just shows basically just certain uses, right? Inscription and runes, if there's like just a lot of fees, if a lot of people are minting, a lot of people are, buying and selling, trading, whether it's runes, inscriptions, right? So stuff like this is going to be good to watch. And I'll link all this stuff in the description, their website, Twitter, this, because some of you guys are going to need, again, if you want to look into this, you're going to need basically all these different windows up. Also the mempool, so you can kind of see the fees in real time. And then this is, obviously the documentation. But yeah, I guess when you make a trade as well, again, it kind of goes, it's kind of based on block by block with their trades, which is, again, very different than anything we're used to. You can't just like go look at a trading view chart and pull up the Bitcoin network fee chart, right? That's why it's very new territory, so it's definitely insanely high risk, but to me this is super cool. I'm going to be trying this out 100%. But I just wanted to get this on the radar. This is just one of 10 to 30 different projects I'll probably show you guys over the next month, you know, while everything's down, while prices are down, market's down, sentiment is down bad. But this is just to take advantage of Bitcoin fees and to, potentially to make some money. So high risk as fuck, I have to say again. Even for me personally, this would be very high risk, but I do want to try it, and like I said, I will make another updated video soon. Just wanted to drop this out here because I think it's really cool. And so shout out to the team as well. Like, they are cooking. They are cooking with this. Very cool. So that's what I got for you guys today. I'm going to be dropping, again, a ton of gems, but I think tomorrow I'm going to be dropping a few Bitcoin DeFi / runes. Even Fractal. I got a bunch of different Bitcoin DeFi projects coming. After that, we got gaming, AI, meme coins. The usual here. So get ready, stay up to date. Lots of stuff coming over the next month. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.